The Littlest Mountain. Long, long ago, God called all of the mountains together. My friends, God said, since time began, you have watched over the world with me. Some people have been kind and generous with one another, while others have been hateful and cruel. My people cannot seem to live together. The mountains agreed. But what did God want from them? People have always looked up to the heavens, God continued, so I will speak to them from a mountaintop. I will give them laws to follow, so that the world will finally know peace. The mountains cheered at this high honor. They joined in a great circle and danced. Then God asked quietly, which mountain should I choose? Instantly the dance ended. The mountains broke apart, pushing and shoving. They turned this way and that way, trying to impress God. Of course God will choose me, bragged the beautiful Mount Carmel. My seaside slopes are lush and green. My Hebrew name means garden. People fight over my rich land. I'm the most important mountain. The other mountains mumbled in protest except for little Mount Sinai. Its slopes were far too rocky for anyone to want. No, God will choose me, boasted Mount Hermon. I am broad and strong. I have 3 peaks. People marvel at my rushing streams and snow-capped summits. In my caves they build temples to the sun and moon. I'm their favorite mountain. The other mountains grumbled with jealousy, except for little Mount Sinai. Its face was far too plain to be anyone's favorite. Majestic Mount Tabor pushed boldly through the crowd. God will choose me. Remember, I kept my head above water during the great flood. I am the mountain closest to heaven. The other mountains rumbled with memories of the flood. Still, they argued, except for little Mount Sinai. Its peak was far too lowly to see the wonders of heaven. Soon, other mountains joined in the boasting. Valuable rocks are mined from my land, Mount Ebal crowed. My hills are home to the fiercest battles, Mount Moriah blustered. My meadows are filled with heavenly flowers, Mount Gilboa gloated. Each mountain stepped forward to praise itself, sure it deserved the honor of being chosen. Only Mount Sinai stood back. And what about you, little Sinai? Asked God. Have you nothing to say? No, God, said Sinai. Unlike the others, I'm not a great mountain in any way. Whichever mountain you choose will be the best. God thought. I do not want to speak from a mountain that is boastful and vain, said God to the beautiful Mount Carmel. I do not want to speak from a mountain that has been used to worship suns and moons, said God to the Mount Hermon. And I do not want to speak from the mightiest peak. My people should know that I am down among them, always, said God to the majestic Mount Tabor. Mount Sinai stepped further back to admire the massive cliffs and peaks of the other mountains. Lost in thought, it wondered which would be chosen. Come forward, Sinai, God called, while the other mountains squabbled among themselves. Yes, God, said the little mountain. I choose you, the humblest mountain, to be the special place where I will speak to my people. For you were silent when the others were boasting. You were peaceful when the others were fighting, and only you put your trust in me. And so the other mountains returned to their homes, a little less full of themselves, but a good deal wiser about the ways of God. And soon enough, God spoke to the people as promised. The 10 Commandments were given to all from the top of humble Mount Sinai, which on that day was very close to heaven indeed.